1984 F-150 two-wheel drive, straight six, carbureted. This is a cool truck. Needs a few things though, so let's do it, right? Starting up here with this master cylinder. It's shot. The truck came from, Michigan, so there's, rust, whatnot. Not a whole lot, but just enough. Master cylinder started leaking. The brake fluid ate away the paint on the booster here, so now the booster's rusted also. So leaky master cylinder, we've got a nice new one to put on there. While we have it off, we're going to try and paint up this booster. Hopefully, you can see these bolts here. Hopefully we can get it off of there in one piece. There's I really don't want to have to change this booster. I hope we don't have to. I really, really hope we don't have to. But I've soaked them down, the bolts here, and I'm going to let them sit overnight. But for you, it's only going to be about 10 seconds. And we'll come back tomorrow and see if they'll move for us. Hopefully we don't have to use any heat. But we'll see. I'll see you guys, well, I guess in a second. Alright, these have been soaking. Well, that was significantly easier than I thought it would be. What about this side? Oh. That's two. Now we gotta try the lines. Alright. I got these loose. Surprisingly, even with all this rust, everything has come loose without too much trouble. Alright. Those were 9/16. This front line's a 1/2 inch. The back one is a 5/8. I'm gonna go ahead and get everything loose and taken apart, and then I'll be back. Alright guys, once you have all the bolts out, the master should just slide off of there. And at this point I'm going to take a break. I'm going to take a wire wheel to this booster, try and get it cleaned up, and throw some black paint on it before I go too much farther. Try and make it look a little nicer, because it's old and rusty. Mostly rusty because of that booster leaking brake fluid onto it. But yeah, that's where I'm at. We're going to throw some paint on it, and then I'll be back. I'll show you how to bench bleed the new master. Okay, this is our new master cylinder, and we've painted it up all nice. And you'll see that this master cylinder came with some tubes to do some bench bleeding. They basically get shoved in the holes there, and the other end of the tube goes into the reservoirs, which get filled with fluid. And in the back here, I've just gotten a rod that fits into the inside of the master cylinder. And what I'm going to do is find a hard surface, like I'm looking at a tree or block wall, to press up against, to press that rod up against, and I'm going to put my hand on the front of the master cylinder while supporting it with my other hand, and I'm going to pump it in and out. And I'm going to watch these clear plastic tubes it came with, and I'm going to pay attention to when air stops coming out of it. And at that point, all the air will be out of it, and that is what we call bench bleeding. Once this is bench bled, I'm going to put the plugs back in the sides here so we don't get our new paint ruined, and this will be ready to install. Alright, after bench bleeding, we installed our master cylinder. It's not difficult. You just put it on the same way you took it off. You bolt it on there, put your hard lines up, and fill it up. At this point, what's left to do is to bleed the brakes, which is going to be in a separate video of mine, along with a brake line repair in this truck. So look out for that if you don't know how to bleed brakes. But our master cylinder install is finished, and I wish I had a camera person to help me, or a tripod, so I could film while I'm working. If you want to support me and you want to see me, you know, film while working, want to help me get a tripod, like this video, subscribe, you know, share the video, and if you have any suggestions for me, leave me a comment. I'm always willing to learn new things. We'll catch you guys later.